look at the markets and try and understand what you should be doing in terms of strategies. Let's bring in Amar Singh of Angel Broking into the conversation. Amar, good morning and welcome to the show. First question, Nifty again has come into green from day's low, good recovery, now almost 20 points. But the important point here is we are now approaching 11,000 levels, psychologically important level. But yesterday there was unwinding of return calls at 900. So today around 970, what should be a good strategy for Nifty?
A very good morning, Piyush. See, what we've been witnessing in Nifty over the last few trading sessions, I would say precisely once it took out the 10,800 mark, there was a clear-cut, a lot of short positions that were built and they got squeezed out. And then Nifty rallied significantly and currently it's around 10,970 odd levels. And if you recall the high that was made on 13th June, somewhere that also has been taken out and the earlier high of 15th May. 10,929, that also has been taken out. So clearly reflecting that those who were on the short side, now they are getting squeezed. And secondly, also what we are witnessing is that those who were earlier not very confident as to, because if you look at the technical levels, 10,550 was a level which was breached or briefly touched almost 10,550, 10,560 was a level where Nifty had taken support, and it was a third time it had taken support. So there was some doubts as well as to how the markets would play out, but the way Nifty has rallied from there, it clearly shows that there are a lot of interest has come, and the most important part is that Nifty staying above 10,900 and 930. That's a very crucial zone now. That would, and if Nifty continues to stay above that level, close above that level, trade above that level, so that would essentially weaken the resolve of the bears, and that could mean that Nifty could rally towards its all-time high. If you look at 11,172, that was somewhere around those levels. So clearly reflecting that there is some interest in the markets, and buying definitely interest is there. And also if you look at the bellwether stocks, they've also been some of the banking stocks like HDFC, if you look at Reliance Industries. So clearly reflecting that there is a lot of action happening on the buy side as well.
My question to you would be, I think for our viewers, is that can we go and buy at 965.70, or you would expect a 20-30 point dip and that would be a safer entry point? Or third would be that just don't buy because you are approaching 11,000.
No, I would agree with your second point that yes, definitely any pullback in Nifty can be used as a buying opportunity. So ideally around 930, 10,930, that can be a good level to buy Nifty with a stop loss below 10,880 and a target of 10,997, almost 11,000 on the upside. So any pullback can be used as a buying opportunity in Nifty.
Right. So Nifty 880 is the important level. I think about that, any sort of dips is going to give you a buying opportunity. That's a take coming from Amar. Bank Nifty almost 11% addition to the open interest. The Bank Nifty is moving sideways again. No major surprise again. Yesterday we were seeing some sort of writing at the higher levels, and also long puts being bought for 26,500. Mild addition long puts, primarily in expectation of a pullback here. The pullback has come today. If you're taking a look at the positions today, almost 27,000, that sort of strike has added 4.6 lakh shares in the open interest. Also again, if you're taking a look at 26,500 put, again that sort of level, basically there's a mild addition, but 26,700 is where again the large addition is happening on the put side. So Amar, on the Bank Nifty, what one should be doing, and is 26,700, is that level actually going to provide some support, 650 to 700 area? So are you expecting any dip, or one can go long at the current level?
See, if we compare Nifty versus Bank Nifty, what we are seeing is that Bank Nifty has not taken out its recent highs, which was earlier, if I compare on the 31st of May when it had made 27,164. If I look at the 15th of May, that was 26,972, and that was 31st May, as I said, 27,164. So clearly reflecting that Bank Nifty isn't as strong the way Nifty is, because Nifty has taken out both these highs. So Bank Nifty, what is likely to happen is that Bank Nifty will meet with a very strong resistance somewhere first in the region of 26,970, 27,000. That's going to act as a crucial resistance zone. Whereas on the downside, what we see is that initial good support for Bank Nifty is around 26,650, 700. That's a good short-term support. So yes, any pullback can be used as a buying opportunity with a stop loss below 26,650 and a target in the region of 26,000 26,950 or so on the upside, because till the time Bank Nifty doesn't take out 26,950, 27,000 levels, I would say, because if you look at the 31st May high, that was also 27,164.
Right.
So that's going to act as a very strong resistance zone for Bank Nifty, whereas Nifty has clearly taken that out. So that reflects that Nifty is stronger as compared to Bank
Sure.
Nifty.
So Nifty is on an uptrend, but there are a couple of interesting stocks. We've just talked index here. We're going to take a short break, but stay tuned, because when we return from the break, we're going to talk about top strategies from Amar and also some interesting stocks. Kotak Bank, HUL, Reliance Industries, all of them actually are showing some good bullish open to session today. All of that after a short break. Those are top calls, both on the buy or sell side, that you want to share with us?
Yeah, I would say the first one stock to look at is Asian Paints. What we are witnessing in Asian Paints is that Asian Paints has been on a roll, and if you look at the charts for Asian Paints did consolidate around 1300 odd levels, and then it has rallied almost 6-7% up from there. And it continues to be strong or technically on the chart, be it the long term as well as the short term charts. So any pullback towards 1365 levels can be used to initiate a long position with a stop loss of below 1350 and a target of 1404 on the upside. The second stock to look at is from the Nifty 50, and that is Reliance Industries. What we are witnessing in Reliance Industries is that Reliance Industries did witness a sharp correction from almost 1029 levels. It made a low of 940, and then again it's touching the same level. So technically, it's strong on the short-term charts. Also, it did consolidate for some time, and then there was, based on its results, there was some high increased volatility. But overall, any pullback in Reliance Industries towards 1015, 1020, that can be used to initiate a long position with a stop loss below 1000 and target of 1055 on the upside. And the third stock to look at is from the banking space, and that is HDFC Bank. What we are witnessing in HDFC Bank is that HDFC Bank continues to be strong technically on the charts, and its recent high, which was there, if you look at HDFC, that was around 2140, that also has been taken out. It's mildly trading above that level, but yes, the trend remaining up, so any pullback can be used as a buying opportunity. So somewhere around 2120, 2125 can be used as a buying opportunity with a stop loss below 2100, a target of 2206 on the upside.
Right. So HDFC Bank, RIL, actually you have taken names of two index heavyweights. So again, those actually stocks are in the buy list, and Asian Paints, another stock again, which is featuring the buy list of Amar here. Amar, a couple of more stocks. Number one, Hindustan Unilever. How's that stock looking to you? There was a mild pullback in the last 2-3 sessions, but again the stock has moved higher. Good open to sessions. Mild sort of long build up, but still the stock is now trading above 1700, and that's the chart for you today, 1% up. Second stock, Kotak Bank. After a mild pullback, the stock again basically is making some moves today, almost 0.6% up, but the open to session is looking good here. And the third is Bajaj Auto. Some consecutive sessions of buying coming into the stock. The stock has crossed its 200 DMA. So these three stocks, if there is any sort of buying opportunity which is emerging out.
I would say, if first talking about Hindustan Unilever, definitely Hindustan Unilever has technically also it's strong on the charts, be the short term and the medium term as well as long term. It did consolidate around 1600 and 1630, 1640 zone, but it's taken the route, and currently it continues to be strong. So any pullback definitely can be used to initiate a long position. So ideally, a good level to buy is around 1670 levels with a stop loss below 1640 and a target of 1740 on the upside. Talking about Kotak Mahindra Bank, what we are witnessing in Kotak Mahindra Bank is that Kotak Mahindra Bank also continues to trade positive on the chart. Yes, it did consolidate between again 1300, 1340 for quite many days, and it has taken that level out. So any pullback can be used as a buying opportunity. So somewhere Kotak has got strong support around 1350 levels, so that can be looked as a buying opportunity with a stop loss below 1340 and a target of 1425 on the upside. And the third stock to look at as Bajaj Auto. Bajaj Auto, what we've seen is that it witnessed a very sharp move from almost 20, if you look at the lows on 28 June, that was 26.48, and currently it's around 31.51. So if you look at it in terms of, it's almost 15, more than 15% increase. So this, if I look technically on the charts, this continues to be strong. Yes, on the long-term charts, monthly charts, we did witness a sharp correction from almost 3,400 levels to 2,650 levels. So Bajaj Auto, I would suggest is that it could run into some resistance now around the current level. So 3160, 3180 is a level to watch out for resistance on Bajaj Auto. So those who are on the long side, they should ideally book profits around that level and wait for any meaningful correction to enter into the stock.
Right, so that's the word coming here, and now let's also talk about some stocks where open interest addition is extremely strong. KPIT 30% addition in the open interest, Adani Enterprise 25% addition in the open interest. The stock is up almost 9%. Again, that stock should be looking interesting on the charts here. So KPIT 2% up, Adani Enterprise 9% up, Tata Elxsi 18% addition in the open interest. All these three again are seeing long addition here. So another stock, interesting stock. Amar, out of these three, anything again if you're spotting as a good sort of opportunity?
Looking at KPIT, I would say KPIT has bounced back, but we'll need to watch out whether it sustains above the 290-95 level, because that's the level that one needs to look at. If I look at the other stocks which you mentioned, Adani Enterprises, what we are witnessing in Adani Enterprises that this stock had really corrected sharply from almost, if you look at the recent highs from 138 to 100 levels. So it has bounced back, but again I would say that since the rally has been almost in excess of 20% of the last 8 to 10 trading sessions, so this will not be a good stock to buy, because on the upside 128, 130 is a level of resistance for this stock on the upside. And the third stock which you mentioned, Piyush, if you could just call out once again.
Right, and Amar, the last one again now we were talking about was Tata Elxsi, almost 18% addition in the open interest.
Yeah, looking at Tata Elxsi, if I look at all the three charts, Tata Elxsi continues to be the strongest. So effectively, it means that any pullback can be used as a buying opportunity in Tata Elxsi. It did consolidate around 1340, 1360, and taking that off, it's rallied, currently trading around 1420. So only a meaningful correction can be used as a buying opportunity. Now that level, if I look at it technically, it is somewhere around 1375, 1380 is a good level to end.
Well, Amar, thanks a lot for all those strategies and insights into the stocks.